This is the case of Richard Montano. The Arlington man was accused of breaking into a Falls Church apartment, stabbing a woman, setting her on fire, and leaving her to die. Just awful. Tonight, the jury says Montano is guilty. Our Katie Lusso starts us off from Fairfax County, the courthouse there. She has new details on the case and what comes next.
Tonight, Richard Montano is a convicted killer. A jury finding him guilty inside of this courthouse just in the last 5 hours. In August of 2022, police say Richard Montano stabbed and burned 40-year-old Silvia Abacay to death inside a Falls Church apartment.
In the reserve, the way she died, she suffered a lot.
Prosecutors said it was probably a case of mistaken identity. She'd been staying at the apartment of her friend Fatima, who was Montano's ex-girlfriend.
Our victim in this case, Silvia, happened to be staying at her friend Fatima's house, and the evidence at trial showed that the defendant broke into that apartment after the relationship was ended multiple times, laid in wait, and one day when Silvia came in, the defendant attacked.
The trial began Monday. Jurors listened as prosecutors detailed how Montano stabbed Silvia to death over and over before lighting her on fire.
The body was so burned that the medical examiner wasn't even able to maybe accurately count how many wounds Silvia had. That's the level of violence that we saw in this case.
They detailed how neighbors called 911 4 times that afternoon after hearing screaming and banging, and showed images of the bloody scene first responders found.
The pictures from this crime scene are really going to stick with me, and I think anybody who's seen those pictures, it's going to stick with them as well.
The jury deliberated for just 3 hours before returning with the guilty verdict Thursday night.
Nothing's going to bring Silvia back. I mean, she has a husband and 2 teenage kids. There's always going to be pain there for them, but my hope is that this puts him on the path to healing somewhat.
And he'll be back here in court for sentencing on January 19th. We're told tonight that he faces up to life in prison. In Fairfax County, I'm Katie Lusso, WUSA 9.